Now, this video is not about being an aristocrat and ruling over others. It is about being an aristocrat of the soul. How do you get your first principles correct so that you lead with vitality, so that you lead with your superior nature and have a life that is a lot more joyful, excellent, and yet at ease? So I want to start this video talking about the two modern values versus in the ancient world of Greece and Persia, what those values would have been, how they would have been reversed and elevated. So right now, our culture in the West super values hard work and kindness, and then like comfort and the pursuit of pleasure, okay? These are all slave values. For instance, if you were a slave back in the day, you would have had to work hard. Therefore, you would have told all your buddies, whoever works hard is the most virtuous man. I suffer the best, yo. And then you would have been kind to everyone. You would have been kind to your masters because you didn't have the personal power to tell the truth. So you would have people pleased, right? You always would have been kind to everybody. And then on top of that, in your downtime, you would have sought escape. You would have sought pleasure or comfort, a release from your suffering, right? And this is kind of how a slave lives. If we look at the modern day, those values rule the world. They rule the West. Like, I know so many people, and I'm sure you do too, who have totally adopted the virtue of hard work. And hey, I'm an entrepreneur. I get it. Like, we have to work hard, okay? But if hard work and then the pursuit of pleasure dominates your life, you're living from the slave point of view. And this video is about changing that. And this changing and how you feel inside of yourself changes your entire life. So the aristocratic point of view would have seen excellence and leisure as the highest good, okay? Because leisure and then action in excellence is in alignment with biological vitality. You see, the aristocratic values come from the biological truth of that which is healthy. Healthy life is relaxed and supple. Like a baby's skin is so soft, it's so relaxed, and yet it's so mobile when it does move. Healthy life resembles the lion who is well fed and well fucked, just chilling in the savannah as a king of his domain, right? Distressed life or slavish life resembles the sick and exhausted lion who's always moving, trying to find his next meal, is always busy, right? Is always overthinking, is always living in doubt and fear. And that's the thing, is the opposite of the aristocratic way is to live from a place of fear. And fear is tight. It's like tight skin. It's aged skin. It's close to death. And from a place of fear, we're always trying to be busy. We're always trying to work hard. We're always trying to be kind to everyone just in case they might be cruel back to us, right? While the aristocrat is putting vitality first. So I'm an entrepreneur. And I grew up in a family that's very go-getting, very goal-oriented, very ambitious. I am very ambitious, probably the most ambitious person I know. And in that, I started to like always put work first and hard work and like just forcing myself to do things. A lot of people feel this, and we just live in a culture of force instead of alignment. And this summer, I decided to put vitality first, okay? To follow my instincts. Even if my rational ego like couldn't, make sense of that. And I've seen the most success I've ever experienced in my life. And that's because this morning, I couldn't sleep that well. I woke up early. I was like, I'm going to go hike the freaking mountain. I'm going to lay at the top. I'm going to do a meditation. I'm going to put vitality and leisure first and have like these deep introspective thoughts and this communion with the all. And then boom. Then I'm in my essence, and from my essence, I know what to do. I know what to speak. I have the power to actually make ripples into the world because I'm not exhausted. I'm not in distressed life. Distressed life is actually really weak because it always moves with force, while healthy life, aristocratic life, moves with power. And here's the thing. When you put purity and alignment as your first principle, like purity, alignment, vitality, like that essence as your first principle, what happens is each day you gain a little bit more power. And each day the aristocrat is trying to express excellence into the world from a place of relaxed power, okay? And as he does this, his power increases. And guess what? When you have a lot of power, when you have a lot of personal power and vitality and energy and alignment, you're relaxed. You don't really give a shit about that which is unimportant. You don't need anyone. You don't need substances. You don't need to like keep working hard. You can come at this place from almost like, I don't give a fuck position. And this is a really powerful position. There's a story from ancient Greece from Hippocleides. Hippocleides was like a prince, an aristocrat of Athens. And he went to Sicily to court the daughter of a rich autocrat there. And the autocrat had like 10 boys out, and they were hunting and doing like competitions and wrestling, and he was gauging the quality of each man. And Hippocleides was close to winning his bride, right? Then the last night, he jumped up on the dinner table and started dancing naked, screaming, "I just don't care." And Hippocleides doesn't care. That saying became famous in ancient Athens, became famous in Greece, and is still remembered to this day. And it reveals something about the aristocratic nature, is it's not living from a place of fear, okay? So many people are living from a place of fear and always thinking about, how can this serve to my advantage? Is this an advantageous situation? How do I get more out of this thing or this person? The aristocrat is like, I'm just gonna have as much fun, have as much power, have as much vitality, have as much expression of my essence as possible. And if something is in alignment with my nature, I'm going to speak the truth about that. I'm going to be the truth about that. And this is very different from how we feel today. Is most common types are always seeking advantage for themselves. This is relevant returning back to Nietzsche. And Nietzsche wrote the Genealogy of Morals, which was about the transition from the aristocratic morality to the slave morality of our times. And he was a philologist who studied language. And he noticed something that in old cultures, in high cultures, that which was good was directly associated etymologically with that which was aristocratic, with that which was lofty, excellent, spiritually superior, right? And that which was bad was etymologically that which was common, that which was simple, that which was, I guess easy, right? And right now, the common man is praised. The common life of just seeking advantage, of, just trying to be hardworking and kind and, be a good family man. Like that is our symbol of excellence. When in the past, it wasn't the common man, it was the exceptional man that was venerated. And I think this goes into one of the final points I want to make about the aristocratic mindset. And the aristocratic mindset is fully fixed on the element of self-overcoming, of the mastery of oneself and the mastery of open space. This is why the biological vitality is so important. For instance, the quality of excellence in combat, or courage and honor, were like the loftiest things. Andrea, manliness, right? And this was because it required a self-overcoming, almost a superiority to your own self, a superiority to one's entire, existence. And this is why the exceptional man was venerated, is because the aristocrat was trying to access the transcendent principle within that was superior to himself. Hippocleides dancing on the table, I'm sure his body and his ego was wanting to seek advantage, but his superior nature was like, fuck it. I am free and I am vital. And this is an act of self-overcoming. So any act of self-overcoming was almost seen as divine. It was godlike because you're overcoming your mortal nature. The same could be said for even leisure. A lot of the times in leisure, we want to distract ourselves. We want to run from boredom. That's common. The exceptional man overcomes his boredom. He goes deeper into it. He surrenders to that which is unpleasant, right? And then in that, he finds the will to actively engage in introspection, in reflection, in creation, in reading, right? In the finer qualities of life. And this is very revealing, is that Self-overcoming and vitality go hand in hand together. The more we can overcome our mortal nature, the more we actually seize fire from the heavens and align or embody our superior nature, okay? And this is what the aristocrat sought to be, a god on earth, a superior man ruled by the superior part of himself, totally free and totally vital here on earth. That is how you become an aristocrat of the soul. An elitist maybe video, but it's true, my friends. I'm just trying to shift how you feel inside. It's crazy what happens when you do that. I'm Christian. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, there's a link in the description below to join my men's community where we have accountability circles, philosophy circles. You get to meet like-minded men like you. It's a great time and a great place to level up if you're needing a community. I'll see you over there. And if not, check out more of my content. Peace.